Operation Blessing is on the ground in Western North Carolina, helping families take their first steps towards recovery after Hurricane Helene. It's been over a month since Hurricane Helene devastated the mountains of Western North Carolina, and many people still need help recovering from this storm. Our team has been on the ground here since day one, but I just personally got in here a few days ago, and I've just been absolutely astounded at what I've seen so far. Since I've been here, I've had the opportunity to meet so many amazing families, and some of these families are living deep, deep in the mountains of Western North Carolina. When you drive to get to some of these homes that are up in these what they call hollers, which are these, if you don't know what a holler is, it's a little valley or a cove that's deep up into the mountains. And to get to these places, you have to drive on these very narrow, windy, small roads that are can be a little bit intimidating for someone who doesn't live in the mountains, to be honest. And you have to drive down these windy roads, across these little bridges to get to these homes. And that's what it's like on a normal basis. But today, when you drive to get to some of these homes, one of the things that I saw is as I drove along one of the roads and I looked down just to the right of the road. I mean, we're talking like there's road and then there's a drop off, because the water from the hurricane had eaten away at the side of the road, and there was just a cliff right next to the road. And when you looked off over that cliff, you could see somebody's home washed up in a pile, slammed against what I think was a tree. It just looked like a mangled mess, and it was someone's entire home. And that's what you saw as you drove to one of these families' homes who needed help. And when we got to their home, everything was just mud everywhere. Their entire driveway, which was normally dirt, was just this wet mud, and we were bouncing and driving down the road to finally get up to their house deep in the mountains of Asheville. And that's what I've seen since I've been here today. I just have not been able to just understand the devastation. And another one of these families, they had the waters. There was just a little stream, and it had turned into a river. And the river water came right up to their house and washed away right up next to the foundation of their house. And they just barely made it out of their house alive. They had to escape, and these are elderly people now we're talking about. Elderly people and their families with little kids, because their grandkids were staying with them. I believe there was like 7 grandkids there. They had to run and scurry up a mountain because they thought the water was going to come and take their whole home away. Now, thankfully, they made it safely up the side of the mountain at night, and they got to a flat spot at the top of the mountain, and they were able to meet up with some friends and neighbors, and they were safe from the storm. But when they came back and they looked at their house, it had washed their entire front yard away. And it had not only done that, but seriously, right up next to the foundation of their house, there was like a 6 or 7 foot drop where the water had just eaten their entire land away right up next to their house. And that's the kind of devastation that people have been facing up here. And Operation Blessing had the honor and the privilege, thanks to our donors and partners who you make it possible for us to be out here. Everyone who supports Operation Blessing, you're the only reason that we're able to be out here in Western North Carolina helping people take their first steps towards recovery. We were able to build back their entire deck. Now, you have to understand that this deck is standing like 15 feet in the air, and it leads up to their front porch. So it leads up to their front door. And their front door is like 15 feet in the air. So when they did not have a front deck on their house, you open the front door, you look down, there's a 15-foot drop. So Operation Blessing, thanks to our donors and partners, was able to come in there and completely build back their deck like brand new. The kids are running on the deck now. They're playing on it. I just visited them day before yesterday, and they already had patio furniture out there. And they were just so grateful, so thankful for the support, so thankful for the help, because now when they walk out their front door, instead of a 15-foot drop or 12-foot drop, whatever it was very big, they have a nice deck that the kids can run and play on, and it's not a safety hazard anymore. So thank you so much to our donors and partners who make it possible for Operation Blessing to be here on the ground in Western North Carolina, helping our families recover. And check this out right here. Here we are today. We're at another beneficiary's house. Her name is Linda. She had these massive trees down all over her property, which also, by the way, is high up in the mountains of Western North Carolina. And Operation Blessing has brought out chainsaws. We brought out this skid steer here that Gabe is driving, and we're taking all of these massive, heavy, I don't know how many pound logs. Like, come over here and look at these things. I mean, these are massive logs up here in the mountains. I mean, I don't know how heavy that is, but I definitely don't want that to fall on me. So if you don't have some kind of heavy equipment, I mean, you're not going to be able to move this stuff. And the family whose home we're at today, her name is Linda and her husband is Terry. And they are the sweetest people you will ever meet in your life. And in just a few minutes, we're going to go up there and talk to Linda. But Linda and her husband Terry are 76 years old, and they are amazing people, and they love doing all of the work themselves. They are hard workers. Linda's a hard worker. She said, I was raised to be a hard worker. I cut my grass, I rake my yard, I take care of my stuff because that's what you do. That's the kind of person that she is. But now she's 76 years old. She's a stroke survivor. She calls herself a stroke survivor because she won't say a stroke victim, because that's the kind of person she is. But she told me that after she had her stroke back in like 2004, she temporarily got paralyzed on one side of her body. And the doctors told her that she wouldn't be able to play the piano and sing again because she plays the piano, she sings, and the Lord healed her. And she has such a powerful testimony. And to this day, she sings, she plays the piano. She sang for us earlier. She played the piano for us yesterday. And it's just amazing to have the opportunity to meet people like this. And her husband, Terry, as a young man, Terry was a strong guy. He was a bridge builder. I believe he worked for like the state DOT. But Terry's got up in years now, and now he's suffering from things like dementia and Alzheimer's, and they want to do this work themselves, but it's just not going to be possible at this point in their life for that to happen. So thanks to our donors and partners, the Lord gave us the opportunity to come out here in the mountains of Asheville, North Carolina, and help this family recover. So if you look up here, you can see how high up in the mountains we are. This is a very long, windy road. It's very hilly. It's very steep. This could be dangerous terrain, especially for people to try and clean this stuff up on these steep hills. So it just would not be safe for them to do this themselves. So that's why, thanks to our donors and partners, Operation Blessing has come out here, and you can see the skid steer right over here, just piling up all this brush down here next to the road and clearing the debris off the hill and away from the road to ensure that this is a safe place for Linda and Terry to get in and get out of. And we couldn't do the support without, we couldn't do this without the support of our partners. So let's go on up here a little ways up this road now. I like to think of myself as a guy who's pretty in shape. I like to eat good. I like to work out, but it takes a little bit of effort to get up this road. I tried to run up this thing earlier, and I was sucking wind at the top. So these are pretty serious hills we're dealing with up here in the mountains. And Again, it could be dangerous terrain if you didn't know what you were doing, if you didn't know how to operate heavy equipment, but Operation Blessing is out here, and we've got the skid steers and we've got the equipment that we need to help this family get back on their feet. Boy, I'm getting winded even as I walk up this thing. This is whew, these mountains are no joke, let me tell you something. So up here we've got some of our volunteers working. You can see over here, my friend Greg has been amazing. They've been over here chainsawing up these massive trees that were just looming over the driveway here for Linda and Terry. You can see how big just that stump is right there. And these things were just looming up this hill, or looming on the, I can't talk, looming on the mountain right here above the road. And now OB's been able to come here and help. And we have with us here Linda.
Hello, hello.
Would you like to talk with us for a minute here, Linda?
Whatever you want to do.
Well, I was just telling everybody about you a little bit earlier, but could you introduce yourself for me?
My name is Linda Davis, and I'm old, and I'm tired, but I'm happy, and I'm blessed.
Happy and blessed?
Happy and blessed. I got the most wonderful people here helping us, doing a marvelous job, marvelous.
And what has Operation Blessing been doing for you today?
Oh, they have cleaned my mountain off. I mean, the big mountain, as you saw it coming up. They've worked, they've cut logs, they've done everything. I'm so proud of them. I am so proud of them. Hardest working people I've ever seen.
And now, Linda, don't you sing and play the piano?
Yes, I do. I love to sing and play. Been doing it all my life.
Now, did you sing some songs for us yesterday? Did you and Haley go in there and have a little piano session?
Yes, we did. And I sang Because He Lives. And it brought her to tears because it's one of her favorite songs. And I like to think of Because He Lives as one of my favorites too. Because He lives, we live. We can face tomorrow and anything that it brings because God is so good. He supplies every need. You know, He knew this was going to happen. And He knew that y'all were going to be here. And He knew that I was going to be blessed beyond measure. He knew it. He knew it.
Yes, He did. And now, Linda, what has it meant to have Operation Blessing show up here today?
Well, it means I don't have to do it because I'm not able. And that means that somebody loved us enough to come and help us. It means that this work would have never been done had it just been for Terry and I. We couldn't have done it. There's no way we can do it. We're both 76 years old, and I am a stroke survivor. I'm not a victim.
That's right.
I'm a stroke survivor of 20 years. Terry has got dementia, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's disease, and neuropathy in both feet. Has a hard time walking, has a very hard time remembering, and he can't do anything more than 5 minutes. This has tore his world apart. When you have dementia, any change is really bad, really bad.
Well, I'm so sorry to hear that, but I'm so happy to hear about your faith. You have inspired me so much with your faith in the Lord and your faith that He would provide and the ways He's provided for you in the midst of this devastation. Not just Operation Blessing, but you've had friends and neighbors and so many people come help, and it's just been such an inspiration for me to hear about it.
Absolutely. I had young people from Kentucky that were volunteers that brought us a generator up through the woods, rolling it, because they couldn't get by the road, bringing us water, bringing us food, and every night somebody would fix us a hot meal and come up through the woods and bring it to us. You know, that's Christian. That's the way we're supposed to live. I think God let this happen and is orchestrated this so that we could know what it feels like to be Christians and to love one another as I have loved you. That's what I feel. I feel like that this has brought our nation together, our country, especially Western North Carolina. I've never seen such a movement.
So, did you ever expect something like this to happen to Western North Carolina?
Never, never. We don't have hurricanes in western North Carolina, but we had a tornado hit here. It was one of the things that took the trees down. No, we never expected this. I've never seen anything like it. I, I really believe it's biblical. I believe that it's in the Bible that God said these things would happen. And I read my Bible every day, and He said it would happen in diverse places. That's exactly where we are. This is not your normal place to have a hurricane. And I believe that God had a big hand in it every way. If He brought it, He took care of us.
So, how do you think this storm affected the community in general here in Western North Carolina? Did anybody expect anything like this, and what did it do?
No, we did not expect anything like this, but I will tell you one thing. It has brought the little town of Black Mountain and Swannanoa together like it has never, ever been done. I have lived here all of my life. I know these people inside out. I sing for the funeral home, and I sing for weddings and family reunions, and I'm with everybody. I know these people. I know them like they're my own family. And we can't believe how these people have come together and shown the love of God. And that has to be the reason. God was tired of things going like they were. And if it meant taking lives, I pray they were ready. I had lost a couple of friends in the mudslide.
You lost a couple of
Yes, I
friends.
did. Their last name was Dockery. They were precious friends, and they left here holding hands.
Wait, what do you mean they left here holding hands?
They left here in a mudslide. They knew they were going. Their house went, and they started, and he just grabbed her by the arm, and she helped grabbed onto him, and they left here. They died together in the mudslide.
That that is so sad and so, I mean, uplifting in the way that they held hands. But that is
They knew
so.
they were going. They knew they were going, and they were ready to go. They were two of the finest Christian people I ever knew. And you say, well, if God's such a good God, why would He let this happen? God has a purpose for everything, and we don't ask Him why. We don't ask Him why. It's His will, not ours. Not ours.
Well, it's just it's very sad to hear that, but I do think it's important for everyone to understand the kind of devastation that you personally and friends, people that you personally knew, have experienced up here because of this hurricane.
I'm a much better neighbor than I was before because my neighbors are better than they were before. It's brought us together. Now, I mean, when you can sit on your front porch and sing How Great Thou Art and feel the Spirit of God all over the place, you know you're doing something right. You know something feels good. I'm doing the right thing, Lord. I know I am.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yes, ma'am. Well, Linda, the only reason that we're able to be out here helping you and other families here in Western North Carolina is because of the partners, the supporters of Operation Blessing who make it possible for us to come out here. Is there anything you'd like to say to the partners of Operation Blessing?
I would like to say that the partners of Operation Blessing, that I would like to know where to donate and send money to help this organization. And I encourage all of my friends that can help to do the same thing. I know everybody can use money. Donations come from everywhere. And I plan to donate just as soon as I can get on my feet enough that I can.
Well, we're just out here to help you, Linda. We're just out here to help you.
It doesn't make any difference. That's what you're here for. But let me do something for you. I want to do something back for y'all. I want to donate. I want to help make this possible. Pay for the use of this vehicle that's been running up and down my steep driveway, and you running up and down my driveway like a wild cat.
It got me out of breath. I'm like, I'm an in shape guy. I run, I work out. That driveway got me.
That driveway will get you. I don't care how good a shape you're in.
Well, Linda, thank you so much. Is there any final words you'd like to say to anyone watching here today?
I'd just like to say to everybody, if you've never had anything to do with Operation Blessing, if you've never dealt with these people, and you ever get into the position where you need disaster help, please don't be ashamed to call them. Don't feel like I can do this on my own. We can't do it. We can't do it. That's when it's time to turn to someone who can help you. And don't be ashamed of your need.
That's right.
It's like somebody asked me one time, aren't you ashamed of your raising, the way you were raised, of the little house you were raised in? I said, no, no, no. I was raised in a 3-room house with an outside toilet. 5 of us kids and mom and dad. And we slept 3 to the bed. My daughter, my sister, my baby sister slept in the baby crib till she was 5 years old. Let the side up and down and get in and out of it. It was funny. It was funny. But you know something? You know what's really funny is that we loved each other. We didn't know we were poor.
Yeah.
Everybody else was just like us. We didn't know we were poor.
That's right.
Everybody had the same thing going on around them.
Uh-oh. We got the skid steer coming up. Okay, he's not coming quite the whole way up here. Like you said, the skid steer has just been running up and down this road, and it was coming up, but he stopped just a little ways down there.
They are wonderful. Every one of you have been so wonderful. And I can't say that if I ever see you again, I don't know. But I promise you, I will see all of you in heaven.
Amen. Amen.
All of you in heaven. And all of these other people that you've helped love you as much as we do.
Thank you, sir. I can't hug you, Linda. We've hugged like 20 times. I just want to give you a hug.
I love you.
Love you too. Okay, thank you so much, Linda. Thanks for taking the time to talk with us for a minute. All right. So let's go over here and talk to Robin. Robin is one of our faithful volunteers. She's been out here helping since the first day that I've gotten here. She's been out and helped at every single house that I've gone out to. So Robin, I just wanted to give you a minute and just be able to share with the donors and the partners of Operation Blessing who make this possible. What is it like being out here and volunteering with us? What has your experience been like?
It's really amazing and a lot of work, but it's great. I mean, you feel really good at the end of the day, and to know that you're helping everybody, and to see it firsthand. To me, it was just you don't expect it. I'm from California. I've seen like earthquakes and different things, but damage from there. But this was just overwhelming, really, to see it. But it's really neat how the people that have come together, and so I've been enjoying it, like just meeting and just helping everyone. It's been really great.
Well, it's been awesome working with you every day, Robin. You and your husband, Doug, are such hard workers, and you've been so nice and so kind and so loving to everyone that we've met. But you're from California. Did you drive out here from California to volunteer?
Actually, we came from Indiana. We were visiting our daughter and helping her, and so Doug had heard about it and felt that we needed to go, and so we drove from Indiana to here, and yeah, it's great. I mean, to me, it's amazing to see all the people from all the places they've come from. And one of the guys that we're working with, a young guy in his 20s, Jeremiah, he's from Southern California too. It was like, oh my goodness.
So we've got 2 different groups of people from California out here on the other side of the country in Western North Carolina.
Exactly, yes. And it's so beautiful here, even with all the damage from the flooding and everything, all the rebuilding that needs to be done. It's still so amazingly beautiful. And it's my first time actually here in North Carolina. And it's great. I'm good.
Sorry. So what have you seen personally? Like, what kind of devastation have you noticed yourself over a month after Hurricane Helene hit? What have you seen?
I've seen trees down everywhere along the river, a lot of damages to different properties, homes, and businesses. You don't realize what the water can do, and it just houses flattened, and just a lot of debris from the trees, from the houses, and everything all over the place. And it's you can see it even as we drove in. You could see stuff all along the road, and it's sad, but it's amazing because the people are just really wonderful here, and it's really great.
Like Miss Linda and
Yes,
Terry.
yes, exactly.
So, Robin, anyone, and once again, for anyone who's just joining us, I'm Justin with Operation Blessing, and this is one of our amazing volunteers, Robin, and we're here in the mountains of western North Carolina. Specifically, we're in the community of Black Mountain right now, high up in the mountains, as a matter of fact, and we're at the home of two amazing people, Linda and Terry Davis, and that's where we are. So, Robin, what would you say to anyone who was thinking about coming out and volunteering with Operation Blessing?
I would say, come on out, and it's great. Just pack up and come out, and make sure they give you a new shirt every day, but make sure you have clothes, heavy shoes, and just come on out. Or if you're not able to come, donations are great. And I know clothes, I know there's just even the financial donations, because what TJ was telling me is they're going to start doing house building in January, and they'll be doing different roofing projects. And so whatever you could do, that's great.
Yeah, a lot of exciting things in the works for sure. So, Robin, what does it feel like to be out here volunteering with Operation Blessing? Do you get joy when you're out here serving?
Yeah, I love it. It's great.
I see
I
it all
see
over
that.
you every day myself, but there, nobody's out here. It's just me out here with us.
Yeah, no, I just really enjoy it, and to know that you're helping people, and you know, it's just a great feeling, and just community and helping. And God sends us where we're supposed to go, so that's why we're here.
That's exactly right. God sends us where we're supposed to go, and that's why we're here. I couldn't have summed it up better. Thank you so
Okay,
much,
thank
Robin.
you.
Really appreciate it. Thanks for talking with us. I'll let you get
Okay.
back to working. All right, there's one more person I want to come talk to over here, because this guy has been an absolute trooper. He's been chainsawing up trees and doing all kinds of hard work. Jeremiah, I, wa- I caught you in the middle of drinking.
Oh, no
Dude,
worries.
you've been out here crushing it since the first day that I got here. And Robin just said, there's another guy out here, Jeremiah, and she was saying that you're from California too. So, what brought you out here from California? Like, how did you hear about OB and end up literally on the other side of the country?
Yeah, so growing up, huge fan of 700 Club. Me and my family always watch, what OB is up to and all that. And, it was nothing but the Lord who brought me out here, honestly. And basically what happened was my siblings and I, we drove out to Nashville for a family friend's wedding. And, planning in preparation of that, decided that it was the right thing to do to go a little bit further and, be able to help out some people here.
That's awesome. So, how did you hear about us when you were over there in Indiana? Like, how'd you find out?
So, after the disaster had happened, I had seen on the 700 Club, the reporting on everything that's going on out here. And when we were planning to come out here to Nashville specifically, that's when I started reaching out and thinking, if there's some help that could be used out here, I'd love to be able to help. So that's kind of what happened there with that.
Awesome, man. So, what has it like been out here serving the different families that you've been helping?
In one word, it's a blessing. I mean, it really is. It really is. Just so blessed to be able to be a part of the team here and the staff. Just the love of God is so evident. It's really, really amazing to be a part of. And, the people that we help, it's really making an impact, not only with the physical stuff that we do, but on a spiritual level as well.
That's right.
And, it's really the heart and mission of, OB. And it's very just, what you see is what you get here. And I love that about the organization here, and again with the staff and just the other volunteers. It's just a really awesome experience. It's just, again, in one word, I can't describe, but a humongous blessing.
Awesome. All right. So, what would you say to anyone else out there who's thinking about maybe coming and volunteering, even if they live on the other side of the country in California? What would you say?
Well, I would say let the Lord guide you, as He did me. He brought me here, and it's been one of the best decisions I've made, apart from, salvation and,
Oh, yes.
accepting the Lord as my savior. But apart from that, yeah, it's just, if the Lord guides you, definitely pray about it for sure. It's not
Yep.
something that you want to do on a whim.
True.
But if the Lord allows you to, as he did me, it's just, again, just such an amazing opportunity to be able to be here. I have gained so much by being here, way more than I'm able to give. It really is what the Lord said when he said, it's more blessed to give than to receive, and it's just tenfold what you'd expect.
That's how the word of God is, man. Tenfold more than you expect. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Jeremiah. Thanks for taking a minute to talk to me. And it's been awesome serving by you. And it's been awesome serving with you by your side. And we ain't done yet. So thanks, man.
right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Well, I just wanted to thank everybody for just kind of hanging here with us and learning a little bit about what Operation Blessing is doing here in the mountains of North Carolina. Like, if you look out, you can really get an understanding of how high up in the mountains we are. And again, this is one home, but there are many other homes that are just as high up in the mountains, where you have to travel down the narrow, windy roads to get here. And it's just amazing that the Lord leads us, not just to the areas that are easy to get to, but to the remote areas as well. And it's just an honor and privilege to be out here serving in the name of Jesus. And I just wanted to say a big thank you to all the partners of Operation Blessing who make this possible. We couldn't be out here. We couldn't do any of this without your support. You were the reason that we're able to be out here, the hands and feet of Jesus, helping people with their physical needs. Yes, of course, we're going to bring the skid steers. We're going to bring the tools. We're going to bring the chainsaws. We're going to bring shovels to muck and gut people's houses, to scoop out all of the mud. We're going to get dirty, and we're going to do the hard physical work, but we're going to take the time to love on people, to pray with people, to share the mystery of the gospel of Jesus Christ with people, to be a listening ear, to share an encouraging word as the Lord leads us. But none of this is possible without your help. So from Western North Carolina, thank you so much for your prayers. Thank you for your support. God bless you. And I look forward to speaking with you more soon. Thank you so much.